Hi, Melanie Muenchinger here, illustrator for Gina K Designs. Today I have a new video for you with one of my favorite sets from Gina K Designs, Fabulous Frame. And adult coloring books are one of the biggest trends right now, and you're also seeing a lot of cards. Gina just recently started selling some in the online store and at the brick and mortar Village Paper and Ink store. But I also want to show you how you can create your own using the frame as a layout for your card design and then adding your favorite images. So on today's card, I wanted to keep it simple and just use images from the Fabulous Frame set. But if you want to do your own doodling within this frame to create your own custom adult coloring card, or if you want to use other stamps, definitely do that. Very minimal supplies for today's project. I'm also using a greeting from the brand new Scripty Sayings too. So this is a follow-up to the other Scripty Sayings that was just so popular. Love this little squiggle. It's just such a classic, but also really modern, fresh type of sentiment to put on your card, and it'll go with any images. This ships free for a limited time with a $75 or more purchase from Gina K Designs before shipping. So in addition to the Fabulous Frame stamp set and the Scripty Sayings 2, you're going to need some small blocks for the smaller images. You're going to need a large block for that frame, or you could also use a Cuttlebug plate. You're going to need a half sheet of the Baseweight Gina K Pure Luxury white cardstock. So I say the heavy Baseweight cardstock because we're going to be coloring on it. And as you can see, I've used some alcohol markers here. Nothing comes through to the other side. I did get a little smudge, but that's not from the markers. Just need to score that at 5.5 inches. This is 4 1/4 by 11 inches long. I've already stamped the frame on here. I used the Gina K Black Onyx ink. And then the markers that I'm using today, I'm using the Spectrum Noir alcohol markers. So I've got the PL3, the BP6, the IB3, the CG4, the GB6, the CR11, and the CG2. And this might look like a lot of coloring, but it actually goes very quickly. I'm not really doing any blending on here today. I just wanted the colors to be really vibrant. And I just picked out just kind of a rainbow. I just wanted some real brights on this particular card. Okay, and then I've also got the Wink of Stella clear glitter pen to add some shimmer to this butterfly. So to begin, what you want to do, you will also, one more thing that you'll want is just some scratch paper. So this was just from a regular piece of printer paper. What I did is I created some masks so that I can stamp into the borders of this frame without it going over the edge. So I stamped it twice. So I've got my first mask that is going to cover up the border so I can stamp all of that background for doing the coloring. Then I'm going to have a second mask where I only cut out the inside, and this is going to keep this border and the sentiment from coming out of the edge. So you can use one or both on this, either way you want to do it, but you do need this one, otherwise you would be using Post-it notes and things. So save these, you're going to use them over and over again with this set. So as I said, I already stamped it onto this card base. Very simple, so you're just going to have the top line lining up with one of the lines on your grid line block, flip it over, then just find the middle by eyeballing it and seeing that you don't have any space, or rather you have equal space around the stamp on all sides. Now the reason I already stamped this, sad to say, my stamp got damaged by my cat. So if you've watched my other videos, you have seen that she plays with my tape runner, but also she ate the corner of a photopolymer stamp. So she's proved that yes, this can happen. The edge is missing. Thankfully, I'm able to fill that in with a pen. So, very sad, I know. I need to get another frame, but as long as I can make it work, you know I'm gonna make it work. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our mask, once you cut it out, and I decided to do this one facing the other way. So I wanna give you two layouts in this video so you can see this is a frame that it can be used in all four directions for a pleasing layout. So here we've got the oval on the bottom. This time I'm gonna do it on the top. I'm going to flatten my card out. I don't want to have it pop up while I'm doing my stamping, so we're just going to lay that right on top so you can see where I already stamped all the butterflies and flowers. And I'm going to stamp the butterfly first, and I'm not really going to worry about my images overlapping. If you want to make sure that these are masked so that you don't see any of those edges going over the flowers or the butterflies, then you can create masks for these too, but I'm trying to keep it really simple today. So I'm just turning the image and I'm just placing it in here so that I'm getting good coverage and there's lots of space to color, but saving a little bit of room for that flower. And if you want, you could do all flower or all butterflies. I just thought it would be more interesting. And just keep checking the mask if you don't have it held down with anything in case it moves. Put one right here. Okay. Now let's do some of the flowers. So I just want to just sneak in a few of the petals and the leaves to make it more interesting. So I'm just going to put a little in here. So see how it can just nest in there? And then I'm going to put some up here at the top. And I'll put, let's see, how do I want to turn this? A little bit in here. Okay. And right here, let's put a leaf right there. It doesn't all have to be filled in. See, and I went right over that butterfly. That's fine with me. Okay, so we'll pull that away. Now we've got a lot of images for coloring. Then I'm going to do this thinking of you this time instead of happy for you. So I'm going to cover this up with my second mask. Turned off my computer today. Someone had mentioned there was kind of a hum, and it really seems quiet in here when I'm not talking. So I guess maybe, hopefully that did the trick, but there is an AC unit outside. So I'm going to put this here at the top, and then I'm going to put the butterfly from the set. There are two butterflies in this set, a large and a small one, below it. So now that coordinates with my background. Okay? All right. So let's get to coloring. This is the fun part. And if you want, I did not on this one, but you could also color in this borders. You've seen me do that in several videos, and that's a way just to take the frame to the next level. So let's just pull out the markers and get started. And filling this in, I just want the color to bounce around to the different parts of the card, and it's really easy to color these butterflies because they just have these small sections. You don't have to make them symmetrical if you don't want to, but that's usually how I do it. So one side and then the other side, so you're getting a mirror image, but there's no rules, especially on these adult coloring cards. It's just supposed to be a really meditative, just fun, just mellow process. So add as much of that as you want, and they can all be different. I use the red for the flowers, for these petals. And if you want, this is such a large area, you might choose to do the chisel tip. Put this more in the center for you. Here's one up here. And it's pretty straightforward, this coloring, but I just want to show you how quickly you can get the whole thing filled in. Now, if you want to just color parts of it and leave some parts of it open, you could definitely do that. Also, in these open sections, you could take a black pen and you could do some doodling, like a zentangle, and that would be really pretty too. Okay, just a little bit right here and right here. And then we'll put just a little bit into the butterflies. Here, here, here. So this is the CR11. Now let's do some of this PL3. This is so pretty, this dark purple. So I love this next to this BP6. So you get these two kind of fuchsia shades, a plum. Might go back and put some of that red into the center butterfly. Okay, now let's add some of this yellow. And I'm going to put this into the middle of the flower. And it caught the edge just a little bit, so I missed some of that there in the corner. So if you want to cut a little bit into the edge of the mask so that it goes more up to the edge, or just use a Post-it note around the sides, you can also do that. Put some yellow up here. And down here. So you can definitely spend more time on your card, but just for the sake of this video, I'm just trying to go quickly. Thank you for all of your comments on the cardstock giveaway. I'm going to be sharing the winner on that shortly. And I'm also going to be adding an ink pad video because you had so many requests, so I appreciate that. Green. And then we'll go ahead and do the leaves since we have the green out. And then we'll finish with the blue and we'll be done. I loved reading all of your comments. It really helps me when I'm planning my videos and seeing especially what you liked. So please keep those coming in all the videos and on these card creation ones as well. And then I'm going to do the lighter green on the remaining leaves. And if you want to do some shading and blending on these flowers, just to give them a little bit more depth, I did by just adding the second green on there. So I'll do just a little bit of that so it matches the first card. Make sure you leave some room for the blue. I kind of forgot that there. Put some more on my focal point one. And where did the blue go? Blue! Here it is. Okay. Hadn't pulled it out yet. That's why I hadn't used it. So this is the IB3. Nice bright turquoise. And I'm leaving these little spots open. But you see how quickly you can make a card like this. And you could give somebody a gift set of these, just all blank for them to color. So a lot of possibilities. Put some red and yellow into this one also. Red. And I like it when it's symmetrical, but I also like it when it's not, especially when you're just coloring it in an unrealistic way like this. Not trying to make it look like a real butterfly, but like a piece of art. So just going back and just filling in where I think maybe it needs just a little bit more. Let's put some red in this one. And then you can go back in and deepen these areas with the same marker if you want. Okay, and then I'm going to use, I think, just a little bit of this darker green here. And that's it. Maybe add just a little bit of shading by layering on more of the green. And you're done. Just need to swipe on a little bit of glitter. Hopefully you can see this in the video. It's a clear glitter, kind of shimmery silver, but it goes on right over your coloring, doesn't make it bleed. And hopefully you can see how much that adds. So here's the two different layouts. Please let me know in the comments below whether you like A or B better. You can see I did a little bit more of the flowers on this one, so it's going to come out differently every single time, but I just love that. I hope you enjoyed this example of masking and just some simple coloring with the alcohol markers, and it really makes you see the possibilities for this fabulous frame stamp set when you're wanting to create adult coloring cards with your stamps or for your own doodles. Thanks for watching my video today. Please visit my blog, Hands, Head, and Heart, for more ideas and inspiration using all of our stamp sets, and visit us on Gina K Designs and Stamp TV. Thank you for watching today. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I hope you are a subscriber. God bless.